Hello, my name is Eliza de Vries. I am what you would call an evolutionary astrologer, and this shorter video is about the blue moon, which we are having tomorrow in Scorpio at 8 degrees Scorpio. For each degree of a sign, there is what they call a Sabian symbol. In other words, that particular day, that particular degree has a little phrase that describes the energy and the soul expression of that degree. Tomorrow at 8 degrees Scorpio, it is called the Sabian symbol at 8 degrees would be described as a calm lake bathed in moonlight, which certainly sounds enticing during these incredibly intensified times. The other thing that is prominent if you look up at the heavens is the fact that Mars, fiery red Mars, is visible to our human eye. And so Mars used to be the original ruler of Scorpio before Pluto was discovered. So there is a strong fire energy in the sky. And even if you think of Pluto being the ruler of Scorpio, Pluto is often described as a triple fire. In other words, you up the energy on Mars by 3 times. What is a blue moon? A blue moon is, you've heard the phrase once in a blue moon. A blue moon is describing a moon that occurs, a full moon that occurs twice within 1 month. This one occurring on the 31st of October 2020 on Halloween. What distinguishes this full moon is the fact that we are going to have the moon exactly conjunct Uranus. This has not happened for many, many years, and will intensify the power of the full moon in Taurus at 8 degrees. So we're not only having a full moon, which means the sun is opposing the moon at exactly that degree, which will occur at 7:48 a.m. Saturday morning. So the time to celebrate the full moon would be tonight, really. You like to catch the energies of the moon as it is rising toward being full. Although I can tell you that the energies tomorrow will also be highly intensified with Uranus there. The moon represents, this full moon represents and influences the entire world. The entire world will go through its experience of the Taurus full moon opposite the sun in Scorpio. When you add Uranus to the mix, you get a very, very strong capability for the moon, which represents the people, represents the collective unconscious of our world right now, is receiving actually a phenomenal breakthrough. We spoke about it before. Think of a tower being struck by lightning. Think of your rigid belief systems, your thoughts, your values, your interpretation of life being cracked wide open by lightning, and a new information coming through if you can stay receptive, flexible, and flowing, and surrendering to the new thoughts that will be given to you. I would definitely take a time out tonight to do a gentle meditation and set forth intentions of how you wish to improve and expand upon your capacity to feel. In other words, to call forth a non-reactive, not so judgmental reaction to the actions of others, but more to be receptive to an even deeper, wiser, and more expansive system of values. I would write down what are your basic values, what do you consider to be what you value the most and why, and to meditate on that. Today, I also was looking at the chart and I noticed that Mercury is retrograde at 26 degrees Libra. It's in the diplomatic balancing sign of Libra, the scales, justice, and that is squaring Saturn. So the impact of this full moon is affecting us karmically. There is a karmic retribution to how we are thinking. Now, how we think and how we act is always affecting our life. We know that. We know that if we go into a negative thought form, that it is affecting the day ahead of us or the next moment ahead of us until we become in a state of higher awareness, moon conjunct Uranus, and then we can take our thought forms and we can elevate them and shift them from the negative perspective that we have adopted in that moment to a more positive way of looking at how we see the world. Even when we feel in the right or too self-righteous, we can justify our negative attitude to others. I heard something beautiful yesterday by Dr. Peebles. He said, we are here to love the unlovables, including ourselves when we feel unlovable. And I thought, what a beautiful aspiration to have for the full moon, that we are looking upon humanity, every individual in humanity, as trying to find a way to love them, trying to find a way to be more fair in our assessment and to be willing to be flexible if we see a positive shift in someone. We can, of course, be wise enough to observe the actions of others and not to be a fool or not to set healthy boundaries where required. But it is a really good thing if we think about being in the moment, that we are also willing to adjust our thought forms to the actions in the moment of the other. Same with ourselves. We carry around incredibly guilt-ridden bodies, minds, and souls. We carry a lot of our past around with us. This would be an amazing time to drop our self-judgment and to give a little more love to ourselves. The other part that I noticed is that the Mercury retrograde in Libra, which is going to go stationary on the 2nd of November, which means it's going to stop its retrograde movement and just sit there for a few days. So on election day, Mercury is going to be retrograde in Libra, stationary, which intensifies the energy of a planet when it's stationary. So that's all we need right now is more intensity, right? The other thing is that Mercury will be not by degree, but within 3 degrees square to Pluto, and by 6 degrees square to Jupiter. So there's a lot of the behind the scenes thought forms that we have right now that we need to cleanse. I remember I had an altercation with somebody yesterday in the family, and I felt really badly about it last night. I was praying a lot and hoping to have a change of perspective And I told that person today that I wiped the slate clean. Now that doesn't mean I don't allow myself to be in a state of clarity in the moment if the behavior persists, but it means that I am flowing in the moment, trying to seek a more loving resolution. This I would suggest for all of us would be helpful right now. I got given this gorgeous deck of cards by my darling friend Stacy Marr for an early birthday present today. Being a Scorpio, I haven't seen her for a while. She brought this along. She thought I would love it. It's a glorious deck. It's called the Good Tarot. And the drawings, the artwork in it is wonderful. So I thought that it